Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do something a little different. Instead of showing you guys a new deck or doing those kinds of things today, what I want to do is talk about the new cards that we have in this new set. This new set, of course, I'm talking about the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and the new thing that came out recently are the Vanguards that just dropped. The Vanguards are some really effective cards. There's some that are really good, and I want to just show you what I feel like are the top 5 Vanguards for the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Alright, so that's what we'll be doing in this video. Okay, so let's get started. Here's the first one that I think is really good. This is number 5 on my list. Alright, number 5, Vanguard, the Minotaur Pirate. This one's interesting. As you can see here, it's got +3. +3 is kind of nice, and you can see that it will help you to pay for some of these things really quickly, so that's really good. The +3 ability here says deal 1 damage to each opposing creature, then deal 1 damage to your opponent. So that's good, you get some damage out there. The big thing here is you can buff this guy's shields really fast with that, so awesome. Here's the next one, it's a -2. It says return the first pirate creature or vehicle support from your graveyard to play under control. So that's nice. When you get this one under your control, you're going to be able to use it. You're going to be able to just benefit from that creature, right? Or that vehicle. Now, I think what's important is you can use this particular ability here to take certain pirates out of your graveyard and put them into play. And a lot of times that can be a fast way of you getting what you need. So really excellent there. Alright, here's another one, -9 shields. It says destroy each opposing creature card. Then for each creature card destroyed this way, deal X damage to your opponent's planeswalker. X is that creature's power. Okay, so here's a really good one. You can kind of see what we'd like to do with this. We'd like to use this to destroy all the opponent's creatures, and hopefully those creatures are really big, because if they are, you're going to be able to do a ton of damage to your opponent. So in all, this is a really good one. I think this is a definite top 5. Vanguard, the Minotaur Pirate. Okay, here's number 4 on my list. Number 4 is this one here, Sahili. Sahili, get 1 shield here, adds 1 shield, says draw a card, then deal 2 damage to each opposing creature. So that's nice, that does help. You get the damage down, you get an extra card, that's nice. Alright, -3 shields, says create a copy of target non-token creature onto the battlefield under your control, then that creature gains the artifact subtype. Now there's 2 parts of this. There's the artifact subtype, which I really like, because sometimes there will be that leader artifact, and you can definitely see if you can use that to your advantage. A lot of times that's really good if you have like token creatures. This one won't really affect it in that way, but still very useful. The part that I like about this ability is this first part here. This first part says create a copy of target non-token creature. Obviously that's going to be really good. Hopefully you're going to have a really big creature and you're going to be able to make a copy of them, and that's going to just help you even more. So really cool there. Here's your next one, -4 shields. Fetch the first artifact from your library, then that card gains full mana. That's a good one too. I think sometimes you can run decks that have a lot of these artifact cards, and this would be one of those cards that you can use to utilize that deck to the fullest of its capability. You can also set up decks that you'd have only 1 artifact, right? And sometimes that artifact is so good that it wins the game for you. This is a good card that can help you to draw that artifact and help you to win that game. Alright, so really good one here, Sahili. Here's number 3 on my list, a Johnny Sleeper Agent. This one I think is really good. You can see what it says here. When you lose life for the first time during your turn, if this card is in your hand, gain 3 mana. Right, so it gains 3 mana. That's real nice. That can help you in some certain ways, definitely. It says here, creatures you control get +1/+1 for each of their reinforcements. This one's a nice one too. I can see myself using this with token decks and just using this ability every single turn, and that's going to be one of those that can help you to win some games. This is one of those cards that can put you over the top, definitely. Alright, -3 shields. Reinforce target creature you control, then that creature gains Death Touch. I like Death Touch. That's a really good ability. I think it's one of those abilities kind of like Prevent Damage, where if you can put it on a creature, maybe give him First Strike as well, you're going to just be able to have a creature that just defeats a lot of other creatures. It's really good for offense, really good for defense. It's one of those that if you really are looking for a way to control your opponent's creatures, you're going to want to have Death Touch. And of course, this card gives you Death Touch. It's a good card here. Really, really good. Good Vanguard here. Okay, so number 2, Nicole Bolas, God Pharaoh. I think this is a good one too. This one was competing for number 1 when I was kind of putting this thing together. Let's take a look at what it does. +3 shields, drain 6 mana from the first 2 cards in your opponent's hand. That's very good. That's one of those cards that can just dominate an opponent, right? You do this every turn and your opponent is going to be at a distinct disadvantage. You're going to be able to take 6 mana from the first card, and if you do it right with a little luck, you know your opponent's never going to be able to play a card because they're going to be able to gain some mana through the matching of the gems, and then you're going to drain that mana, and they're not going to be able to play a card. So excellent, excellent one here. This you can revolve an entire deck around. I love it. -4 shields. It says exile the first opposing creature with cost 8 or greater, then gain X mana. X is that card's base mana cost. Okay, so sometimes, as we talked about, you'll try to drain the mana from the hand in order to keep them from playing cards. And what will happen sometimes is, you know, they'll get lucky. They'll get that little cascade that will pay off a creature. And that's alright. Sometimes that happens. But this ability here will take that creature out. You'll be able to gain mana. And that's incredible. This card, like I said, is a card you can revolve entire decks around. And this is another reason why. Here's a good one here. +10 shields. -10 shields rather. It says exile each opposing creature, then deal 15 damage to your opponent's planeswalker. This is a good one because, like, let's say you get this card, but it's a little bit later on in the game, right? And they've already got maybe 1 or 2 creatures, maybe 3 creatures down already. This card is going to help you to definitely slow them down with that first +3 ability. And you're going to be able to take out all their creatures at some point because of this -10 ability. So excellent, excellent card. You can revolve entire decks around this card here. All right, now this one I think is the best card in the new Vanguards that we've gotten. Vraska, the Relic Seeker. This one is very, very good. I think it just changes the way you can play a lot of decks, right? Same as the last one, but you can play a lot of decks with a whole different, I guess, tenor, just using this card here. Alright, and I'll explain what I mean. +2 shields, your creatures gain Menace, then those creatures gain the Pirate subtype. Now, all of your creatures, in this case, will gain Pirate, and all of these, of course, will gain Menace. So that's good, and especially when you consider this ability here, -1 shield. Your Pirates will get Double Strike. Now, what you're kind of looking at here is you can give all of your creatures Pirate, right? That Pirate subtype right here. And then on your next turn, all your creatures will get Double Strike. And I'm kind of using this right now in a way to look at ways to give this Double Strike ability to creatures that are going to be able to have Death Touch and just destroy other creatures. So this is a really good card because you can give pretty much any creature this Double Strike. Because, of course, you can give any creature the Pirate ability. So excellent, excellent stuff here. You can revolve entire decks around this one, as I've said about the previous one as well. Alright, here's the last one. -7 shields, it says. Okay, it says destroy the first opposing creature, then create 5 gold tokens. I like that because it helps you to make sure that your opponent doesn't have creatures on the board. It helps you because it gives you those gold tokens, which of course are going to be very, very beneficial to help you to get things on the board, different things for you for maybe offensive purposes. So you're going to be able to do a lot here. I like this one. It speeds up your deck, and it really just helps you to get a ton of damage on your opponent, right, with that Double Strike. So excellent, excellent stuff here. In my opinion, you could have probably flipped the last one and this one, or you could leave it like this. These are both very, very good. To me, it's splitting hairs because they're so good. All right, that's it for me. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and all of those things really help the channel. All right, good gaming, guys.